What up, what up? Shon Ski in the place to be. Tuned in the Third World TV. We're lit. I'm lit.
Word.
Introduction to my lovely guest today.
What's up? My name is Bari Lutalo, artist, rapper, producer.
Super smooth guy, as you can see. Today's topic, we're going to discuss working parents. I myself, the ski. What you say, ski to mommy? Shon Ski to mommy?
Shon Ski to mommy.
I really live that, you know what I'm saying? Like, a working parent is it's a tedious task.
Yes, definitely.
It's a rewarding task. But all in all, that shit keeps you busy as a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I see you got a lot going on. And, you know, you always introduce yourself as an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of times we let, I guess, like certain things that we do consume us, because like I feel like I even put mom in my title of things that I do.
Right.
But how do you deal with being a working parent?
It's a very, very new experience to me. It's like something I've never ever had to experience in my life. So dealing with it has come with its trials and tribulations, I would say, learning curves. My daughter is 2 years old. She turned 2 in October. Me and her mom, we co-parent. We try to work things out, try to divide stuff. It's a very tedious task trying to divide tasks and learning our parenting styles and who we are. So,
how has it affected your work life becoming a father?
I've definitely had to say no. I have had to learn to say no to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I perform. I used to perform a lot more than I do now as an artist, but also as an instrumentalist, like freelance work, playing for different bands, different artists and stuff like that. And I did a lot of traveling. I used to do a lot of traveling, like in New York, DC, Baltimore. We've been to LA.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I've had to stay since Ola's been born. I've maybe traveled like 2 times, 2-3 times in 2 years, performing for other people. I've had to stay more local, cut back on a lot of music making, you know. But I'm learning, like, it's been very valuable. You know, I wouldn't change it for the world, like this experience.
Absolutely.
And it adds to the music. So.
I feel like it definitely like molds, you know, character and shit in this game, you know what I'm saying? Because a part of this artistry is an image that you got uphold, but like, I don't be doing shit for no gimmicks or nothing. Like, I feel like a lot of times what people do, and I'm not like trying to like out nobody, but I don't know, why do y'all exemplify like this great style of parenting on social media? Like, y'all highlight everything that y'all doing in y'all child's life. I feel like that some shit should be kept private, because niggas don't want to put the shit that y'all be fucking up and doing as a parent on social media.
Right.
So what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fuck with that, me personally. But like, I don't know. I be thinking that I expose my children to a lot because I'm an artist anyway. And it's a lot that come with this lifestyle, being gone, you know, like you said, the traveling, the doing shows, then the bullshit.
Yeah.
Cause there be a lot of bullshit.
That too,
you know what I'm saying? And your kids be right there, you know what I'm saying? They be right there with you watching. So it'd be like, what kind of example am I trying to set with the shit that I'm doing? You know what I'm saying? What kind of artist am I really gonna be? Cause like, I live this shit.
Right.
It's real life.
Right.
It ain't like the title is deeper than just the fucking title. Like, you really live that shit, you embody that.
Or have you like ever taken your kids to like the studio or?
Kayla, yes. Kayla
Word.
was an only child forever until she was like 8.
Right.
So it was certain times when I would take her to the studio. Like, if I know niggas gonna be smoking mad weed and drinking all that shit, I don't want her to go.
Right. Yeah.
But when I used to record at this particular spot, you know, none of that shit wasn't happening.
Okay.
So she came a couple of times, and she actually like she was at a show with me once. I did a podcast like performance for like this network, and she was there, and it just became like something completely different than I guess what they expected. And my daughter dances and she steps, and she had stepped as I was rapping, so it was a really nice experience.
Damn, that's
you know,
dope.
Yeah.
That's really dope. Yeah, I haven't had a chance to do that yet because Zola's so young. She's only 2, but I have taken her to the studio, and it didn't go as good. Obviously, this is when she might have been like 10, 11 months, almost a year.
Yeah, that's just
common
sense.
Yeah.
I mean, like when I had Justice, my son, I had a small setup in my house, and I would record frequently, like at that point in time. So I would kind of just like hold him in my arms and record. Yeah. And then a lot of the raps, then he was always in it. So. Word. But it was I guess nice exercise, so to say. It's very difficult. Like, can't take your kids to the studio.
Yeah, I learned the hard way.
Yeah. Can't take babies to the studio.
Right. Word.
I mean, you try. Yeah.
But yeah, as I have a similar setup in my house, like a little keyboard and laptop, and I have like sat her on my lap and played keys. Yeah. She likes that, and she likes, just hitting the keys and singing along and stuff. So that's as far as it's gone, as far as like her being in my work life or music life. Yeah, one day, you know what I'm saying, she gets older, I would love to be able to do that and travel with her, and I don't know, maybe she might pick up an instrument, or at least encourage her to have instruments around that she can mess with. I think that's also a huge reward, just being a artist parent, not just a working parent, but an artist parent, like doing something that like you love to do, that you're really passionate about, and you can pass it on to your children, let your children see you in your space of peace, you know what I'm saying, space of zen. I don't think working parent versus like just parenting alone, it doesn't have to clash all the time, and that's a very ideal situation. I know a lot of people have regular 9 to 5s and you have to find somebody to watch the kid, and you know what I'm saying, like, and that is very difficult, and I acknowledge that, but for me personally, I want to be in a space where like my child can see me working, you know what I'm saying, and be a safe space, and you know what I'm saying, do things like take her along to shows and things of that nature. As she gets older, that's what I aspire to do.
I feel that. So do you feel like that type of influence in her life is important to her growth? Yeah,
I mean, as she gets older, we'll see what she's into. She might not even like music. She might want to play baseball or something, you know what I'm saying? And that's cool too, but at least her getting to see her father doing something that he loves.
Will inspire her to do something that she loves.
Yeah. And whatever level you do it on, even if it's just like you're not trying to be super famous or a professional singer or something, like you might just perform at open mics, perform for the family functions and stuff. Like, it's good to have that balance,
I feel like niggas get so caught up in this work shit, they forget to love some shit that they're doing. Yeah. They're doing it just because, or just for some money. Yeah. And I don't ever want to get like consumed in my art, especially because like that's my safe space. Like that's where like I play this where I can be free and shit. So I don't want money in that aspect to like consume me, where like it just be like hella deadlines. It just feel like work. Like it feel like some shit that I don't want to do all the time.
Right. Yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that, and
it's already hard enough being a parent at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Being a parent is like 2-3 jobs in one by itself. really. Like.
And I feel like it's kind of a little bit more sometimes when you co-parenting, because it's a different dynamic between you and the child's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, building that relationship with the child's parent, you know what I'm saying? Even if y'all are together sometimes, it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? If you live together or anything like that, you still have to like divide tasks, and y'all both have working lives, or like if they live apart, of course, if you're not together, that becomes a whole thing in and of itself. And
I feel like a lot of that too can be like not as conducive to like your artistic shit sometimes. Like it's hard to find that balance, but you know what I'm saying, you gotta go through a whole lot of loops and fucking all of that before you get to a point where you know what you're doing, because you gotta fuck up.
Unfortunately.
Like that shit inevitable. Like especially when you wasn't a nigga that was set up. Like I wasn't set up. I wasn't prepared. Yeah. Like it's not like I was completely financially stable before I became a parent. It's like I'm going around, I'm doing a whole lot of shit trying to get myself in a certain position. And then when children come into play.
Yeah.
You can listen. It's enough. Like that shit just crazy out here in this world, yo. Some people ain't strong enough to like overcome a lot of that.
Yeah.
They either get like lost in the system, Or niggas be wilding out, killing their kids and shit. That shit is nuts. You niggas is nuts. You hear me? That shit is crazy. That shit is really crazy.
Yeah, man. Damn, that's extreme.
It is.
That's super extreme.
But it really be happening. And it's very, very heartbreaking because as much as like I hate social media at times for like the negative shit that it brings into a person's life if they allow it. Like that shit be informative and it tell a lot of shit that it goes on in the media. And I know a lot of media shit be bullshit propaganda. I get that. But this should be real stories. Like this should be happening. So people be doing. Yeah. And then you wonder, like me, I'm the type of person, I'm empathetic towards like people in general. So I wonder like what drove a person to want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like what was going on so bad in your life. And I get it. It's times you get down on yourself and you feel like that it's a lot. But I don't know, like where do you find the balance? And then it's just like it's people out here that's really that extreme.
Yeah, that's very sad. First of all, like I think we have to find a way to support each other, you know what I'm saying? And in this world where people, like, we don't know our neighbors, you know what I'm saying? We don't trust our neighbors, you know what I'm saying? Like back in the day, I imagine people used to, like, let their kids run in the neighborhood and stuff because everybody was parents and stuff. You know
Honestly, that's how I grew up.
Word.
Yeah,
word.
And so it's weird to me now that my kids are growing up and I feel like that they kind of very sheltered. Like I wasn't like that as a child. And as much as people might think that could be a bad thing, I feel like that shit molded me a lot. Like that allowed me to be like the person that I am. You know what I'm saying? Like not having my parents hold my hand through every single thing that I went through. Right. Real talk. Yeah. I feel that. Me personally, my upbringing was a lot of traveling and a lot of back and forth. So in a way, I was sheltered, but also in a way, I got to see a lot more than some people who stayed in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? And my parents are Caribbean, you know, so I have a father who has family in England, and growing up, like spending lots of time there, I seen like. The hood is everywhere, you know what I'm saying? Black people in the hood, like everywhere. In England, in London, and like, and they're doing the same shit, you know what I'm saying? My cousins are getting locked up, you know what I'm saying? For like doing little shit, like drug shit and whatnot. And so like, I feel like being able to see that similarity and be exposed to all of that is something that I want to bring and pass down to my daughter, you know what I'm saying? Even if she can't do it physically, you know what I'm saying, geographically, I can at least open her mind up, you know what I'm saying, to books and like, you know what I'm saying, let her see things and encourage her to be aware, you know what I'm saying, be aware that there's a world bigger than just what you see right in front of you. And yeah, I think that's what real rap.
Yeah, real talk. I feel like we're just not like Baltimoreans, like we're just now starting to explore, you know what I'm saying? Like we're just now starting to travel outside. Like I'm hearing more and more stories like my homegirl went to Vegas or something, you know what I'm saying, or travel, and I think it's good because we bring that energy back, you know what I'm saying? We can pass it on to the children and build like a better community, you know what I'm saying? Because we gotta take self-accountability.
All the time, you know what I'm saying? And they're like that deep condition and shit, because it's like everybody got a story, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's families has gone through things, and it's just in a cycle of that shit. This generational curse bullshit. Do you believe in that?
Yes, it's I don't know if it's a superstitious like because my grandfather dropped a quarter at 12 o'clock in the morning. My family's cursed, you know what I'm saying? But nah, it's like generational curse means like something that my great grandfather did is going to affect our lives, you know what I'm saying? Like I know people actually Jay-Z spoke about how his grandfather, I hate to bring a popular famous artist, but good example, like his grandfather had abused his mom and her brothers and stuff, and so they dealt with a lot of mental health, you know what I'm saying? And so like growing up, because they weren't stable mentally, it was hard to attain like wealth or, you know what I'm saying, anything, and they lived in poverty, and thus in turn that affected their kids. They grew up in the hood and they were doing shit, you know what I'm saying? That kind of shit happens all the time. It goes back even to like, I hate to get political, but for real, slavery, like we are affected by slavery because our families were spread apart and everything, you know what I'm saying? We had to learn how to build Or we're learning how to. I'm not gonna say we haven't. We are still learning.
Yeah. Niggas gotta unlearn a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying, before they can relearn behaviors. I guess that's, I don't know, I feel like a lot of black people aren't, I'm not gonna say a lot of black people aren't family oriented, because there are, but it's just like a lot of black people where I'm from, I feel like they like that. I feel like that I grew up in a lot of communities where that's just the normal thing. Right. It's normal to see broken families and like shit just being fucked up.
Yeah, real talk.
And you know, like it's like me going through a lot of shit that I went through as a child. I know what I want to give to my kids, but like along the way, I've done a lot of things that kind of was still a part of that cycle. Like some, you know, wild, crazy shit. Allowing your children to see shit. I think a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of things aren't for children to see. But it's like, unfortunately, some people's circumstances, it allows situations to be like that. Like, it's out of your control.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
I mean, it be like that, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, try and better yourself. It's only as hard as you make it. That's what I'm realizing.
Yeah. And you're aware that what's happening. You're aware that it's a generation, like it's a cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people are like, things are happening and they don't realize like what they're doing, why they're doing it.
Well, niggas be trying to justify shit all the time, but that's just the way shit is. That's just the way I am. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to be like that.
You choose to be. You choose to be ignorant, and the fact that you're aware of that. You know what I'm saying? Your children are going to benefit from that. I feel like
that's all I can hope for and pray for, and I'ma just like keep putting my best foot forward, and you know, keeping my word to myself, like knowing what I gotta do, just get through that shit. Cause like, man, no matter what happens, you know, you gotta just yourself up.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? I feel it.
I know what you're doing it for. We all got purpose.
Word. Real talk. I agree 100%.
Word. Check me out. I mean, other than that, like, have you been working on many things, like, as of now, and still, obviously, still paying? Gotta do it every single day, but, like, have you still been allowing yourself to be super, super creative and busy as an artist?
Yes, I have been, and it's extremely difficult. It's extremely, but I've made an effort. I've sacrificed a lot of sleep, you know what I'm saying, to really be able to still perform, you know what I'm saying, and playing bands and stuff. It's like I've had to study a lot of music and things, and still have Zola throughout the day, you know what I'm saying, and it's just that transition, like really finding that time and like really being, it helps because you're more decisive and you know what you want to do with your time, you know what I'm saying, you have to be, you know what I'm saying, like you have to know when to say no, you know, and
focus.
And really be disciplined about it. Like, okay, I'm going to do this at this time. As soon as I drop my daughter off, I'm going to go do whatever, like working or go back to the studio and do this. So, I've been able to do it. It's very hard at times, and it's been some setbacks. Like it hasn't been perfect. Sometimes I mess up. To me, natural. To me, I'm more worried about messing up on the father side, you know what I'm saying? Like if I can't miss a gig,
I feel that.
If I can't, like if I mess up a song on stage or whatever, like cool, whatever, I can always fix that. But like certain things you can't do again, you know what I'm saying, with your daughter, like you can't. You have to be on top of it. You have to be. It's number one priority.
That's
you know?
Real shit. I definitely feel that. You know, I go through that every single day. I just want to find ways to better myself as a mom, as a woman, as an individual. And it's like you said, the artistry. I feel like that shit easy. It's an easy fix. Do this in my sleep.
Right, exactly.
But that's just because like I've embraced it. It's been a part of my life since forever. And it's like you come into being a parent. Like that's something that you have to build yourself up into because you know you don't always have all the tools like for everything, I guess. But it's different because that's somebody's life. And that's a very precious thing. You know what I'm saying? Like you raising somebody, they're gonna go out in this world and they're gonna be somebody. That's and the result of that, like you gonna be you basically did that. Like, you know, you look at your kids all the time and I don't know, like it be a lot of shit like that my mom goes through though. I see a lot of moms go through, like, you know, your kids can just be different. Like I can have one child that went down the wrong road and one child that's like actually, you know, doing things to better themselves. And I haven't got to that point in my parenting yet. And I can only ever wonder, like, what am I going to feel like when my children are a product of when I created. Like all the shit that I taught them, that I instilled in them, that they witnessed. I think about that every day.
Wow. Yeah, that's really deep. I think about the same thing. I don't. It's not always on the forefront of the mind, but I'm always in the back of my mind. I often think about that, and I think the most important thing you can do is just worry about the present moment. Like worry about what you're doing here and now. Like you know what I'm saying. Like each moment that's happening now is more important than what's gonna happen in the future, because we can't really control the future. But if we take care of what we're doing now, you know what I'm saying, things will work out. And I'm learning that, because I have a tendency to like really overthink and really think about like what's gonna happen in the future, like how is she gonna resolve for me?
Yeah,
like,
like you say, you can't control it. And I feel that I be having to get out my head a lot.
Word.
It's only a natural thing. Like it's conditioning.
Yeah.
It's experiences. It's traumas. It's all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
For real. Yeah.
I can get lost in conversation with you. You know how that go. Like.
Word. Yeah. Yeah, for real. I really thoroughly enjoy this, and to be able to do this in this platform where like people can see, you know what I'm saying, working parents or whatever, can see just a natural conversation. Yeah.
Between two working parents, two creative working parents, like you say, the artist parents and all of that type of thing. Word. I mean, I feel like it's beautiful to connect with people that's, you know, that can relate to shit that I go through, because I have a lot of artist friends that don't have children. Yeah. So it's certain things that I gotta keep to myself, because I can't really share experiences with people that's not gonna reciprocate it. They're not gonna understand. And it's like, I get it. Sometimes you just want to vent to somebody, but sometimes you really can't figure all this shit out on your own, yo.
Yeah, real talk.
Like you said, we gotta support each other. Exactly.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying, you might not have children yourself, but you know your sister has a kid, and you help out with that. Your niece or nephew, you know. It's important. Like we really do have to have that community and that support, you know what I'm saying. If you're not getting from family, I hope you can find like friends, or you know, some people who going through the same thing that you're going through or have experienced it. And I would say that has been a huge help for me. And I'm glad you brought that up, because that is actually how I'm able to do like music and still be a working parent, you know. So if I didn't have the support that I had, you know what I'm saying, from my you know what I'm saying, from my child's mother, you know, she does a lot, and I'm blessed for her to be able to do that. And her family too are very supportive, you know, so more supportive. I think my family's very supportive, of course, but because they live in different places, you know what I'm saying. I just grew up in Baltimore, but everybody else is in Miami, England, you know what I'm saying, Jamaica, Trinidad. So it's like having that support from her family, and her family being from here, you know what I'm saying, is something I'm really happy about, and something I didn't have, you know what I'm saying.
That's a blessing. Blessings on blessings, you feel me? I feel that too, you know what I'm saying. Like, it's a lot of times where I get like anxiety, you know, my shit be taking over, like, you know, having moments of being flustered as being a mom. But I do have a lot of support, a lot of family support, you know, my children's fathers, their family are very supportive. So I mean, like, when you really think about the situation, like, I wouldn't be able to do shit like this if I didn't have that type of support. Right. And it's like, I appreciate it and I'm grateful, and I want to take the time outside of me being a mom to like just build myself up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's important. And it's like, I want to show niggas that, yo, you can do it. Like, a lot of times it seems hard, but like, cut out all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? You want to go to a party, like, no, like that. You want to go to a party, like, nah. It's simple as this: sit your ass in the room and talk. Like,
Word.
Do all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I need my glasses because I can't see. I'm a very blind person. It's just like, you know this stuff.
Same, we both blind.
It's a bitch.
Blind parents.
Wearing the glasses.
That's what the series should be.
Yo, I lay down in my glasses. Like, that's how blind I am. I gotta see everything out this bitch. I can't see the TV. It's terrible. It's terrible. I was told that I had to go to a doctor. It's like, but I ain't go. I ain't had time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Nah,
I'm sorry.
Don't make it seem so sad. It's cool. I'm gonna go.
Word.
Still a blind ass.
Word.
I don't know. Would you get that LASIK eye shit? Hell
50.
no.
I'm 50-50 on it. I need to learn more about it. I don't know enough about it yet to say. I want to see what the average results are and how successful it is. I've heard it's highly successful.
I'm gonna keep that shit going. I'm gonna sound like an ignorant ass nigga. Like, that's American. That shit could be a lie. I don't give a fuck what research you got. Fuck that. I'm not getting that. I'm gonna just.
I feel that. I feel that.
I be saying, yo, I just gotta make hella money so that I can be able to go to places like Honduras to these holistic healing places.
Right.
I need the key to life out this bitch.
I feel that.
I need that. Like, that's really what I wanna. Yo, I want that, yo. I wanna take my family there.
Yeah.
Like, yo. That shit important, yo.
It is.
You can clear your mental, yo. You can detox your body. You know what I'm saying?
You have to prepare them for that too, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because if they're super trained by like all this shit in front of us, the phone and whatever, and media, like, it's gonna be hard for them to receive like something holistic. Like for me, I couldn't do that until I was an adult because I had been and I learned how to unlearn things.
I feel you, but all I can say is that the biggest thing that you gotta do is like you can't tell a nigga get off the phone and I don't read the holistic book or whatever the fuck, and I'm over there on my phone. Like exactly. I just gotta lead by example. Exactly. So like that's all I'm trying to get to the point. Like I gotta lead by example. That's it.
I agree 1,000%.
This be crazy out this bitch. I'm gonna tell my kid, and that's what a lot of like I seen black people do. I'm gonna tell my kids to not do some shit that I'm doing. What?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A walking contradiction. And then it's like, you know, we taught that if you say something that's disrespectful,
right.
I can't correct my parent. I can't disagree with my parent or I'm disrespectful. All of that.
Word.
But you know, I'm gonna say that for another time because you know.
Nah, that's well, that's real. That's very real. That's something we gotta think about in our parenting too. Like you said, leading by example. Like we want to see what we want to see for ourselves, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier about being an artist parent. You know what I'm saying, and letting your children see you in the places and doing your thing. You know what I'm saying. And also, but doing it in a very healthy and conducive way, you know what I'm saying? Because the art scene, too, is very toxic. It's extremely toxic.
The world is toxic. Yeah. It don't matter what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, the world is a very toxic place, and all you can do is just, like, you gotta build your mental up.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's all you can do.
Exactly. And show your children how to do the same. How to say no and avoid certain things. So try to, you know.
I know this world wasn't given to niggas and it's bigger than us, but it's like we can do things to like, you know, I don't know, leave something behind for somebody, even if it's one person, you know.
Right.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
But it was lovely to have this conversation. This was nice. This was very relaxing and all that shit, as I expected. But I appreciate you. I want you to let niggas know where you at with it. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on any social media, Bari Lutalo, BARILUT is in Thomas, ALO. Check me on Instagram. New music coming soon. Also check out my band, Wave, What a Vibe, WATA Vibe.
Hey, look at him. Alright, big shouts out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Third World, Shon Ski, motherfucking place to be. And you know where to find me, eastside.ski on IG. That's where I'm mostly at.
But my flow and date will leave you in trick. I'm a conspiracy theorist, so you don't have to agree. Just give me your ears and your mind so I can sow the seed. And it's up to you to let it grow into a tree. I hope you peep the potency. And it's not as learned from episode.